It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Coming up next.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Nix to the air. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they worked on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. To throw, here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing Nix. A short throw to Ingram, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Joseph Osai. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshivas. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Here's Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Got a man open. It's Chase. Here now, 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. This is caught. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. To the air again, Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The give is to McLaughlin. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third and 4. To throw is Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Now a short one to Gesicki. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2. An inside give, Brown. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's one way you take away a 1st down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as he's down at the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. It's T. Higgins with a touchdown pass from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes a catch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A short throw to Ingram, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. To throw, here's Nix. To the right side, he's got Vele. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Second and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's McLaughlin. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. straight ahead, Estime. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Bo Nix taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos are back within a score.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one complete to Yoshivas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Burrow. Open net is Chase complete. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They will toss to Brown. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back. They like to run that play there and try and run over people.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. Burrow will throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Burrow. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
McPherson on for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Carry from McLaughlin. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Off the play fake, Nix. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 4. Play action. It's Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DJ Jones able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. And Burrow going to throw again. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down and 3. To throw is Nix. A short throw to Ingram. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's 2nd and 10. Nix looking to throw again. They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Nix from the shotgun. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. On the return is Jones. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this 1st half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's 3rd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at